What is the Senzar language? By Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The Senzar language is an ancient language that is believed by researchers to have originated from the indigenous people of the Himalayas, although H.P. Blavatsky claims it to be much older and of divine origin. It holds a significant place in the history of esoteric literature and occultism, as it is believed to be the original language of the Book of Zion, on which H.P. Blavatsky's secret doctrine is based. H.P. Blavatsky claimed to have received the stanzas of Zion during meditations in which ascended masters in the Himalayas communicated with her and allowed her to read from the ancient Book of Zion. Alice Bailey claims to have received a translation of the Book of Zion from ascended master Joel Kuhl. Unfortunately, there are no texts of the Senzar language to study. Senzar is a language that has been associated with the spiritual teachings of several esoteric traditions, including Theosophy and Agni Yoga. According to these traditions, Senzar is an ancient language that was once spoken by highly evolved spiritual beings, and it is said to contain profound metaphysical knowledge that cannot be conveyed in any other language. Senzar is described as an extremely complex and intricate language, with a vast system of symbolism and meaning that makes it difficult to decipher. It is said to be a language of the soul, and is believed to have been used by ancient initiates and adepts in their mystical and spiritual practices. In the preface to The Voice of the Silence, which is derived from a treatise written in Senzar, H.P. Blavatsky says, "The sacerdotal language, Senzar, besides an alphabet of its own, may be rendered in several modes of writing in cipher characters, which partake more of the nature of ideographs than of syllables." This could indicate that Senzar is not a language in the sense that we understand it today, but a way of encoding information into any language or images by way of symbols, metaphors and allegories. In modern times, computer programming languages, although described as languages, are effectively means of communicating specialist information to electronic devices using code consisting of letters, numbers and symbols. Referring to a very old book that contains a number of treatises which are the source of the Book of Zion, the Book of Golden Precepts, the Voice of the Silence and many other definitive religious texts, H.P. Blavatsky says in The Secret Doctrine, "Tradition says that it was taken down in Senzar, the secret sacerdotal tongue, from the words of the divine beings who dictated it to the sons of light in Central Asia at the very beginning of the fifth, our race. For there was a time when its language, the Senzar, was known to the initiates of every nation, when the forefathers of the Toltec understood it as easily as the inhabitants of the lost Atlantis, who inherited it in their turn from the sages of the third race, the Manushis, who learnt it direct from the Devas of the second and first races." The origins of Senzar are shrouded in mystery, with some theories suggesting that it is related to the ancient Sanskrit language, but there is still significant disagreement among students over the extent and nature of the relationship between Senzar and Sanskrit. H.P. Blavatsky believed that Senzar is not only an early form of Sanskrit, but, as already stated, that it is a language that existed long before any known human civilization. However, the ancient origin of Senzar does not preclude a link with Sanskrit which it may have influenced. Problematically, Blavatsky describes the written form of Senzar as ideographic, which means that it is composed of symbols which can be independent of any specific spoken language. An ideographic system may include physical objects represented by stylized or conventionalized pictures and symbols representing actions or abstract concepts. If Senzar has an ideographic written form, then it is very difficult to ascertain any linguistic link with Sanskrit, as Sanskrit uses the Devanagari syllabary. H.P. Blavatsky made significant efforts to bring Senzar language to light in the Secret Doctrine. According to Blavatsky, Senzar was used in the initiation ceremonies of many ancient mystery schools and was closely linked to the study of esoteric philosophy and metaphysics. She believed that this language was not only a tool for communication, but also a completely different way of thinking and understanding the world, and that its symbols and meanings held profound esoteric knowledge.